Good evening and welcome to News Tonight on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Tina Jha. Let's begin with the headlines of the day. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu expresses concern over disruptions holding up legislative work. Says notices for raising issues during 0 hour will lapse if House is adjourned due to disruptions. The chairman rules that MPs will have to take special permission to get them included in the next day's agenda. Tree plantation and appropriate technology being promoted to tackle air pollution, asserts Environment and Forest Minister Prakash Javadekar in reply to discussion in Lok Sabha. Speaker appeals to members to agree to special session on curbing use of single-use plastic. Process of filing nominations for the fourth phase starts in Jharkhand. Elections to 15 assembly seats to be held in this phase on 16 December. Campaigning for the BJP, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari tells voters in Palamu that the state has seen all-round development under the BJP government in the last 5 years. CBI raids in 9 places including Aizawl, Imphal and Gurgaon in connection with embezzlement of government funds. Cases filed against several people including former Manipur Chief Minister Okram Ibobi Singh for allegedly misappropriating 332 crore rupees. And at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata, day and night test match with pink ball gets underway with disastrous performance by Bangladesh on the first day. Visitors bowled out for 106 in the first innings. Ishant Sharma takes 5 wickets for 22 runs. Team India end the day's play at 174 for 3. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu made several important observations in the House today to ensure smooth conduct of 0 hour and also to curtail disruptions in the House. He cautioned members that if a listed issue cannot be discussed due to disruptions, then special permission will be needed to take it up the next day. The chairman also denounced the action of defying the chair or making running commentary in the House without the chair's permission. He reminded the members that display of articles or placards in the House was strictly prohibited. He also reminded members that Rajya Sabha, being the House of Elders, has an added responsibility and urged members to live up to the expectations and be role models for other legislatures.
कुछ लोग अपना इश्यूज को लेके चेयरमैन फैसला देने के बाद भी हंगामा करना शुरू करे और उसी कारण से फिर हाउस को अर्जेंट करना पड़ते है और बाद में उसके कारण से बाकी मेंबर्स को नुकसान हो रहा है। उनको जो अवकाश मिलना चाहिए वो अवकाश नहीं मिल रहा है और लोग आके मुझे बाद में शिकायत करते। एक बार हाउस अर्जेंट करने के बाद ये भी एक लोगों का ऐसा आदत बन गया, ऑटोमेटिकली आज नहीं तो कल आएगा। मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ, मंडे के बाद कोई इशू जो स्टेटेड था नहीं हो पाया, वो अगला बिना विशेष अनुमति नहीं होगा। क्लियर। सेकेंडरी, if the member persistently defies the chair and goes on making commentary, I have no option otherwise naming them. I only appeal to all the members not to take me to that extent to name anybody beyond a point. Third observation, the members bringing either placard or as I just now I said about a purifier, about some masks, this because of this pollution and all. Nothing should be displayed in the house. It is totally prohibited. And action has to be taken against such members in future if anybody does like this. And also some people have developed a new habit of writing to the chairman, and the letter do not reach the chairman, and the chairman has to read it in the newspapers. Please, if you feel that is a very important issue that to be brought to my notice, please write to me. I have no problem. but you should wait for some time so that I receive it and go through it. And then in that also some people have developed the habit of making allegations against the chair also, thinking chair will come under pressure and then try to be positive to their, I am the last man and this house should be the last one to go by such pressure tactics brought by media. I can understand members have got every right to come to my room. I think it's most liberal way of meeting the chairman. This is my experience out of 20 years. People have got right to come and meet me and also express their viewpoint and all. And there are leaders of their respective parties also. You can convey it to the leaders and leaders can bring it to my notice also. And whether when we have any leader intervenes in anything, normally we try to attend it positively. Please understand this and then cooperate in proper conduction of the House, because I would like to repeat, 250th session, we should remember the expectation of the people and then please rise to the occasion and help in proper conduction of the House.
And several issues of public importance were raised during 0 hour on Friday in the Upper House. These ranged from concern over the issue of water pollution in the national capital to the thousands of laborers migrating from Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal for better opportunities, to the issue of also bank frauds in the country. Let's listen in.
सबकी चिंता पानी है। दिल्ली में पानी कितना दूषित, गंदा, जहरीला है, इस पर बहस हो सकती है। दिल्ली को हर रोज 3800 मिलियन लीटर पानी चाहिए होता है। ये दिल्ली की जरूरत है, पर आधी दिल्ली टैंकरों और ग्राउंड बोरिंग से पानी पी रही है। दिल्ली में मुश्किल से 70% एरिया में पाइपलाइंस हैं, 25% एरिया में एक चौथाई में पाइपलाइन ही नहीं है। 2 करोड़ से ज्यादा लोग गंदा पानी पीने को मजबूर हैं। अभी 28 में से 19 मानक जो हैं खराब निकले हैं। एयर प्यूरीफायर की बिक्री से पता लग जाएगा वायु में कितना प्रदूषण है। आरओ बॉटल्ड वाटर और आरओ से पता लग जाएगा कि पानी कितना गंदा है।
पर मैं विशेष जोर देना चाहता हूं कि गांव का किसान मजदूर अपनी कृषि कौशल को छोड़कर शहर में जाकर पैसा कमाने के लिए मजदूरी का काम करता है। के माध्यम से सरकार से मांग करते हुए विशेष रूप से बिहार, झारखंड, उत्तर प्रदेश के मजदूरों के पीड़ा को प्राथमिकता में रखकर विशेष नीति बनाकर कल कारखाने एवं पूंजीपतियों की भागीदारी सुनिश्चित किया जाए, जिससे जीविकोपार्जन हेतु ग्रामों के मजदूरों का पलायन रुक सके और अपने परिवार की देखभाल, बच्चों की पढ़ाई लिखाई कर सके तथा महानगरों को भारी जनसंख्या और जलवायु प्रदूषण से मुक्ति भी मिल सके।
In India should be made in regional languages or at least in the flights operated within the states. For example, flights between Madurai to Chennai, Chennai to Trichy, Chennai to Coimbatore, Thoothukudi, Salem should be Tamil with priority. For baggage claims, announcements should be made in regional languages for flights from concerned states. I hope that all the members of this House from different states will support my genuine request.
Right. Associate Sri Muralidharanji, please take note of this suggestion and pass it on to the Civil Aviation Minister. It's a very, very important suggestion and also worth considering.
जितनी सैलरीड क्लास है, पेंशनर्स हैं, मिडिल क्लास लोग हैं, स्मॉल ट्रेडर है, स्मॉल फार्मर है, उनकी लोगों में घबराहट है कि हमारा पैसा ये जैसे बैंक गिर रहे हैं, ये जिम्मेवारी किसकी है। मैं अपनी बहन को अपील करूंगा, ऑनरेरी फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर को, आप फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस पर यकीन दिलाएं हर डिपॉजिटर को, क्योंकि आपकी गाइडलाइंस के मुताबिक बैंक चल रहे हैं।
Railway Minister Piyush Goyal informed the Upper House on Friday that the government is not privatizing the Indian Railways, but only outsourcing commercial and on-board services to the private players. The move will provide better facilities to the commuters.
Sir,
responding to queries during question hour in the Upper House, Railway Minister Piyush Goyal said several steps are being taken to raise the estimated 50 lakh crore to operate the railways for the next 12 years.
New facilities will be required, new rakes, large quantity of new rakes will be required if we want to meet the passenger rush. People say there's wait listing in trains. If you have to meet all that, we'll need thousands of new rakes. Now, if there are private parties who are willing to invest and come and run on the existing system, which will continue always to be owned by the Indian Railways, then I think it's something which consumers and passengers will benefit from. Our intention is to give better service and benefits, not at all to privatize the Indian Railways. Indian Railways is and will always continue to be the property of India and the people of India.
Right.
In response to another query, the government informed the House that in order to address pollution, a central sector scheme on promotion of agricultural mechanization for management of crop residue in Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and National Capital Territory of Delhi from 2018-19 to 2019-20 is being implemented. The centre will put up rupees 1,151.80 crore to address air pollution.
सरकार निरंतर प्रयास कर रही है कि पूरे देश के अंदर और हमारे जो 3 स्टेट के अंदर मुख्य रूप से यूपी और हरियाणा और पंजाब में इसका ज़्यादा होता है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद हम चाहते हैं कि पूर्ण रूप से पराली जो जलाने की प्रक्रिया उससे ख़त्म हो और पॉल्यूशन का भी हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने भी कहा है, तो निश्चित रूप से हमारा सभी के लिए है और इसकी जो मशीनें आगे हम प्रचार करके और इसको और लोग किसानों को जागृत करके और इसको हम खेती को किस तरह से खाद के रूप में काम लें और उसी का ही वापस उससे उत्पादन बढ़े, इसकी ओर
उनका सुझाव था ये प्रचार।
Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Minister Mahendranath Pandey said, employment generation and improving employability was the priority of the government and that various steps have been taken to generate jobs.
जो 3-4 वर्षों के आंकड़े हैं, अन्य मंत्रालयों के आंकड़ों का डिटेल माननीय सदस्य को उपलब्ध है, मैं जानकारी के अनुसार करा दूंगा। मेरे विभाग के आंकड़े हैं कि 69 लाख तो हमने आरपीएल प्लस पीएमकेके और इन सब के द्वारा ट्रेंड किया है, ये पूरी तरह अधिसूचित है और उसमें 12 लाख के ऊपर हमने रोजगार इसके माध्यम से उपलब्ध कराए हैं, पर्टिकुलरली प्रधानमंत्री कौशल योजना के अंतर्गत।
Questions were also raised on creating a cold chain grid and clusters for farmers. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla on Friday suggested that members of Parliament should take a pledge to ban single-use plastic in a bid to encourage people to do the same. He said this during question hour in the lower house. The suggestion was welcomed by all members in the House, with Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar saying it was a good idea and the government fully supports it.
ये सारा सदन 130 करोड़ जनता का प्रतिनिधित्व करता है और मुझे लगता है कि सारा सदन इस बात से सहमत होगा कि सिंगल प्लास्टिक यूज को बंद करना चाहिए। क्यों अधीर रंजन जी, सहमत है? तो अगर भारत की संसद ये संकल्प ले ले तो हम 130 करोड़ जनता में आह्वान इस संसद के अलावा कहीं नहीं पहुंच सकता। तो आपको आग्रह करना चाहिए कि एक दिन इसके लिए विशेष सत्र में लेके और इसका संकल्प लें और सारे विश्व के अंदर मैसेज जाएगा कि भारत की संसद ने संकल्प लिया है।
गाइडलाइंस ऑलरेडी हमने इशू किया है कि सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक यानी क्या, क्योंकि लोगों को गलत फहमी होती है, तो उतना केवल बताता हूं। लेस देन 50 माइक्रॉन्स की कैरी बैग्स, नॉन वोवन कैरी बैग्स, स्ट्रॉज, स्टरर्स, स्मॉल रैपिंग्स, पैकिंग फिल्म्स, कटलरी यानी जो पार्टियों में प्लास्टिक के ग्लास और ये दिए जाते हैं, जो कोई उठाता नहीं कचरा, ऐसे सारे आइटम्स है उसमें, मैं पटल पे भी रखूंगा। तो ये जो है ये सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक है और वही समुद्र में जाके मछलियों के पेट में जो दिखा है वो उसका उत्तर है और इसलिए इसके बारे में गाइडलाइंस ऑलरेडी इशू की है।
आपने अभी अभी कहा बायोडिग्रेडेबल कोई चीज अपनाना चाहिए, तो जूट से बड़ा बायोडिग्रेडेबल क्या हो सकता है? वो एक गोल्डन फाइबर भी है, बायोडिग्रेडेबल भी है। प्लास्टिक हमें इस्तेमाल करना पड़ता है इसलिए कि हमारे साथ विकल्प कुछ नहीं है, कोई खुशी से नहीं यूज करते, हमारे ये मजबूरी है कि हमें यूज करना पड़ता क्योंकि विकल्प कुछ नहीं है। तो विकल्प ढूंढिए आप, तो ये विकल्प ढूंढने में जूट एक बड़ा आपको सहायता दे सकते हैं। तो ये जूट ये बायोडिग्रेडेबल है और ये प्लास्टिक के विकल्प भी हो सकते हैं।
Municipalities bought this machine and we copied it or made an Indian version of it. And we paid for it to be collected and brought to us and then fed that plastic into the machine. You'd be able to get rid of plastic very quickly. It's been tried in other countries. In fact, the Nordic countries are clean because they use this technology. So the point is, are we ever going to look at maybe we could send a team to Japan to see how they do it.
And Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar also stressed on the need to work every single day in order to fight the menace of air pollution. Replying to the discussion on air pollution and climate change in Lok Sabha, Javadekar said the government has clamped down on coal-based thermal power plants to check air pollution. He also said pollution is being monitored in 355 cities, adding that the government has made city-specific plans. The minister also informed the House that 80% vehicular emissions reduction was registered after the adoption of BS4 fuel standards in heavy-duty diesel vehicles, and that there is a target of reducing carbon emission intensity to 33% from the present 22%.
भारत जो जलवायु परिवर्तन है इसका भारत जिम्मेवार नहीं है, क्योंकि भारत का आज प्रति व्यक्ति अमेरिका में 16 टन का कार्बन उत्सर्जन है, यूरोप में 13 टन का है, चाइना में 8-12 टन का है, लेकिन भारत का 2 टन भी नहीं है प्रति व्यक्ति कार्बन उत्सर्जन, 1.9। हाँ, कार्बन फुटप्रिंट वही तो वो नहीं है। तो ये एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। दूसरा, आज दुनिया में जितना उत्सर्जन हो रहा है क्लाइमेट चेंज में, जिसका कार्बन एमिशंस है, वो कार्बन एमिशंस हमारे 4% भी नहीं है, 3% है, और बाकी दुनिया के बहुत अत्यधिक है। सो वी आर नॉट cause of the problem, but ultimately we are suffering, everybody is suffering. So as a responsible country, India is decided to become a part of the solution.
In some other news, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu on Friday interacted with governors and lieutenant governors of states and union territories. The meeting was held ahead of the 50th Conference of Governors, which is scheduled to take place from 23rd to 24th of November. President Ramnath Kovind will preside over the conference, while Vice President Naidu will address the closing session on 24th November. With the issuance of notification for the 4th phase of state assembly elections in Jharkhand, the process of filing of nomination papers for 15 assembly seats has commenced from Friday. Filing of nomination for this phase will end on 29th November, while scrutiny will be taken up the next day. The last date for withdrawal of candidature will be 2nd December. 15 constituencies spread over 4 districts will go to polls in this phase on 16 December, and out of these, 3 seats are reserved for scheduled castes. The 81-member Jharkhand Assembly will go to polls in 5 phases between 30th of November and 20th December, while the counting of votes will be taken up together on 23rd December. And Union Minister Nitin Gadkari on Friday addressed a political rally in Palamu in Jharkhand. He said that the state has witnessed all-round development in the last 5 years under the BJP government.
अभी तो सही फिल्म शुरू होगा। पहले 5 साल में जो काम देखा वो तो ट्रेलर था। अब मैं आपको विश्वास देना चाहता हूं कि झारखंड का रोड नेटवर्क और ऐसे मजबूत रोड बनाएंगे कि झारखंड के विकास के लिए ऐसा योगदान होगा कि यहाँ उद्योग आएंगे, रोजगार मिलेगा और गरीबी मिटेगी। इस बात का विश्वास देने के लिए मैं आपके पास आया।
The Shiv Sena NCP Congress alliance has now taken shape more than a week after President's rule was imposed in Maharashtra. NCP Chief Sharad Pawar said on Friday that there is consensus in the Shiv Sena NCP Congress alliance that Sena Chief Uddhav Thackeray should lead the new government in the state. Pawar's announcement came after a day of hectic meetings between the 3 parties. In fact, between the Congress and the NCP first, with their pre-poll allies, and then a joint meeting of the 3 parties in Mumbai. Pawar added that discussions on other issues are currently in progress.
सरकार किस कार्यक्रम के आधार पर चलेगा इसका डिटेल डिस्कशन हुआ है और बाकी जो फाइनल करना है इसका ड्राफ्टिंग वगैरह करना है ये प्रोसेस जहाँ तक मुख्यमंत्री की बात है मुख्यमंत्री के इशू पर कोई दो राय नहीं है मुख्यमंत्री के इशू पर ठाकरे के नेतृत्व पर सरकार चलनी चाहिए इस बात पर सहमत है ये इशू नहीं है बाकी जो डिटेल प्रोग्राम की बात है उसका डिस्कशन चालू है और पूरा होने के बाद मुझे लगता है कि कल प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके डिटेल बताएंगे मगर इस गवर्नमेंट की लीडरशिप जो के पास है इसमें यूनियन समझा.
India and China will commemorate the 70th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations next year with 70 celebratory activities, including cultural, religious and trade promotion events, besides military exchanges. The Ministry of External Affairs announced it on Friday. The events were finalized in line with the understanding reached between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping during their second informal summit at Mamallapuram on 11th and 12th of October this year. Bharti Airtel, Vodafone Idea and Tata Teleservices on Friday filed a petition with the Supreme Court to review its 24th October judgment that ordered telecom companies to pay over 92,000 crore rupees to the Department of Telecommunications in penalties in a 14-year-long case. The matter pertained to the Department of Telecommunications' claim that telecom companies had underreported their revenues. The apex court, remember, had asked the companies to make the payments within 3 months of the judgment. The Department of Telecommunications had issued demand letters to these companies a little over a week ago. The telecom sector has been reeling under stress due to the AGR norms and predatory pricing. The Central Bureau of Investigation on Friday conducted raids at 9 locations including Aizawl, Imphal and Gurgaon. The raids are being carried out in connection with an alleged misappropriation of development funds of 332 crore rupees in Manipur. The CBI, on the request of the Manipur government, has registered a case against former Chief Minister Okrami Bobi Singh, then chairman of the Manipur Development Society, among others. It is alleged that all the accused during the period from June 2009 to July 2017 had conspired and misappropriated government funds worth approximately 332 crore rupees. This money was allotted for the purpose of executing development work in the state. And Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal on Friday said that his government's priority is to provide clean water to the people of the national capital. Addressing a press conference on Friday, Kejriwal said that Delhi Jal Board had on Friday waived development and infrastructure charges for new water and sewer connections. He also added that Delhiites will now have to pay only 2,310 rupees to get new water and sewer connections instead of the higher amount that was being charged earlier. Responding to the question on the problem of dirty water in Delhi, the Chief Minister admitted that some areas in the city are facing water-related issues.
जब हमारी सरकार बनी थी 2300 से ज़्यादा ऐसे इलाके थे जहां पे गंदा पानी आया करता था. आज 125 से कम इलाके बच गए हैं दिल्ली में जहां पे अभी गंदे पानी की शिकायत है. हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं, हमने 2300 से घटा के 125 पे ले आए हैं.
And let's now talk about environment and climate change, both of which are impacting the earth as well as our lives. Diamond Harbour in West Bengal is on the vortex of climate change impact. It has recorded highest sea level rise in the country and high level of subsidence. The current rate of rising sea level has been 12 millimeters every year for the last 2 decades, while the average rate of subsidence across Sundarban's delta is over 10 millimeters a year. Ports like Kandla, Haldia and Port Blair are also badly affected. The sea level rise at Diamond Harbour is 7 times higher than Mumbai and 16 times higher than that of Chennai. On to some sports news now. India ended day 1 of the day-night test at 174 for the loss of 3 wickets, taking 68-run first innings lead over Bangladesh at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata on Friday. Ishant Sharma claimed 5 wickets, while Umesh Yadav took 3 wickets and Mohammad Shami bagged 2. Earlier, after winning the toss, Bangladesh elected to bat first and were all out at 106 runs. This was India's first pink ball test match. And that's it from us in this bulletin. Thank you for your time.